Popularity of meal delivery kits is growing in American kitchens. These kits contain pre-measured ingredients for a variety of recipes. They're delivered straight to your door. Nestle, the world's largest food company, just led a $77 million funding round for the meal delivery startup Freshly. That news came amid big developments in the food business. Meal kit company Blue Apron this week began marketing its initial public offering. And the online giant Amazon is buying Whole Foods. Derek Thompson is a senior editor at The Atlantic. Derek, good to see you.
Good to see you.
This is big business now. Why?
Yeah, it's interesting because for a long time, there wasn't really a lot of innovation in food. You know, for decades, you could go to a grocery store, you could go to a restaurant. That was basically it. Maybe you could order pizza for delivery. But right now, we're in a bit of a golden age of food innovation right now, where people are realizing that you can take the same principles of e-commerce that worked for books, that worked for clothes, and use them to deliver food to people. And that's really created this movement where you have some of the biggest companies in the world. Nestle, the biggest food company in the world, now investing in this new revolution.
What's the key to it?
I think one of the keys is convenience. I think you have a lot of people who feel harried. They want to cook, but they don't necessarily have time or the wherewithal to go to Whole Foods and buy this stuff, so they order a meal kit that brings it to them. But in many ways, it continues this sort of long historical line of convenience, where with books, for example, 1990s, people said, who wants to buy books online? Bookstores are where it's all at. No, it turns out we want to buy books online. Same goes for clothes in the 2000s.
Yeah.
He sure did. Yeah,
He
he's
did that
on the
with
leading
clothes
edge of
too.
this. Yes, exactly.
And now he's taking on Whole Foods.
Yeah.
What does this say to you?
I'm interested in Whole Foods. I think that Amazon wants to put itself in Whole Foods, and it wants to put Whole Foods in Amazon boxes. That is to say, Amazon wants to get into a brick-and-mortar retail business. They want to use Whole Food stores to experiment with how people move around a store, buy their stuff, bundle items together. But they also maybe want to turn Whole Foods into a delivery service itself, so that you're buying a book, you're buying some clothes, you can maybe order some heirloom tomatoes as well.
But
Because what Whole Foods has is a lot of real estate locations.
It has great real estate locations in urban and suburban centers. So basically, even if Whole Foods didn't sell food at all, Amazon could still use those stores, that footprint as warehousing, to make sure that it's getting its merchandise as close to its consumers as possible.
Yeah, the realtors say that if there's a Whole Foods in the neighborhood, you're living in a really good location. Yeah. But let's talk about those meal kits, because the statistics show that most people give it up within a year. They order it and then they don't stick with it. So how sustainable is it?
This is the $1 billion, $10 billion question. Does the effort that it takes to market the meal kits cost so much that there's no way for any of these companies to make money? I would compare it a little bit to the fast casual sector in food. That's the Chipotles, that's Sweetgreens. Fast casual locations have grown 9% over the last year. There's just an enormous boom. But as a result, same-store sales are down 2%. So you have this enormous abundance of food options, but as a result, no individual store is doing well. The same thing could happen for meal kits. So much competition that each company individually struggles.
I tried one of these for the first time last week. It was like a hybrid. Well, I messed it up, but it was still better than it would have been if I started from scratch, right? So I think I guess
incremental improvement is all they're after.
Glass half full, I suppose.
So would you do it again, Jeff?
I think I would. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's talk to you in a year.
All right.
See where that is. Thank you, Derek.
Thank you.
Always good to have you at the table.